Oh, morning. Morning, everybody. First up, let me close a window here. Make sure that my volume is off on my computer so that if somebody messages me, we don't get ding, ding, ding. Because I always do these typically in front of my computer. Goodness, this morning, been up since 5 something, and the topics are definitely already coming in. The topics are just kind of there, right? They're just there. And this morning, I've been sitting with the topic of judgment. It's a big one for so many of us. Judgment and need, which we also perceive as desire, which we also perceive as a wanting. But there's definitely a difference between need, desire, and wanting. And then there is a difference between what we feel we need, what we believe we need, and what we actually need, what we're actually gaining from something. This morning I've been working with God, there's 5 people that's texting me. As I do this live stream, there's 5 people that are falling apart at the seams in my coaching practice for all different reasons. And bless them all, but they all are dealing with issues. If you're one of those people, this conscious coffee is for you. This conscious coffee is definitely for you. You know who you are. Not calling out any names, right? But the whole, what I've seen in these conversations of these 5 people this morning since 5 a.m. Now, if anybody, does she really coach at 5 a.m.? Yeah, sometimes I do when my people are in crisis and I happen to be awake for it. And then I do actually coach at 5 a.m., which is what the story of this morning was. I happened to be awake and I was getting ready to do a morning meditation when all of a sudden I decided something sent me over to my text messages, because anybody that works with me, that's in part of my programs, my VIP programs, that's in my one-on-one stuff, they get unlimited access to me. So I do a lot of text coaching with my people, where it's just like a constant conversation. We're always delving into it. We're always communicating. We're always working through those tough spots so that we're not waiting appointment to appointment, which is a beautiful process. I mean, just think about it. Imagine if you had somebody right there by your side every step of the way that could guide you through everything. It's kind of like that's what's going on. And the offer there is lovely. And I feel so blessed to be working with these 5 individuals. But all 5 of these people all feel, so I'm going to back a bus up over my beloveds today. And all 5 of these people are in the state of need. It is a state of need, and what they feel that they need in order to gain a feeling. Now, some have not come to the conclusion that they're in the state of need for a feeling, and that they can have this feeling without getting what they're wanting. But here's what's going on. Each and every situation is different. So we're not going to get into situation. What we are going to talk about is that feeling of need. We get into this feeling of need where we believe that in order for us to have the happiness that we want, that we must have something happen according to our will, according to the way that we perceive it to happen, the way we desire it to happen, the way we dictate it to happen. So this is a moment of push, a moment of control, where we're trying to manipulate the situation by controlling the outcome, by doing the things that we think that we need to have happen so that we can, yes, be happy, so that we can be happy. So this is not finding happiness inside ourselves. What it is looking for happiness outside of ourselves, still looking for the world to bring us exactly what we want. And if I get this, if I get that, if this person does this, if that person does that, then and then alone will I be happy. Once this action is taken, once this event occurs, then I will be happy. That's not how it works. You're going to find a split second of happiness. It's kind of like, you drive it, you go and you're like, I need a new car. And then you go and you buy a new car, and you get into the car and you're like, oh, the smell of a new car, right? Oh, this car smells so great. And you're like, yeah. And a week or so goes by, you pick up some fast food, you spill coffee, it collects some dust, some leaves blow in your car, the kid crunches up Cheerios in the back seat, what have you. These events happen, and our new car is no longer a new car, and it doesn't smell like a new car either. And before you know it, that new car and the feeling that it brought to you, like, oh, that new car feeling, it's gone, and it's gone relatively quickly. Well, that's the same thing that happens when we look for happiness outside ourselves. We are basically just trying to purchase a new car and keep that new car feeling going by looking outside of ourselves. Like, ooh, can you imagine if every time you got the hankering for this new car smell, and so you bought a new car? I mean, I love the smell of a new car. Kind of like I love the smell of linen sheets. Just like the smell of just just the cleanliness, right? And it is definitely a wonderful thing to smell that. And it is a wonderful thing to feel that happiness and to have it connect with us from outside sources. But if we want to retain the happiness, if we really truly want to feel the happiness and have everything that we're ultimately going for, which is not a fleeting moment, which is not something that passes, but a diet of happiness, then we have to go inside ourselves. We have to go inside ourselves. We have to find it in here first. We cannot expect the outside world to bring it to us. Yet this is what we do, right? And we go, I need this. This is a statement. I need this. I need people to love me. I need people to show up this way for me. I need people to act according to what I need them to act so that I can feel such and such way, so that I can be happy. I need them to show me their love in this way. I need them to show me their concern, their respect, their desire for me. I need. I need all of this out here, and I need it to come to me in this fashion, or it's no good. It's just no good if I'm not getting it the way I want it. Number one, that's disrespectful to happiness. Put such constraints on it. The only way happiness is going to come in. Number two, aren't we being judgmental and conditional in what we're expecting from another or the world around us, or even from self? There's a lot of judgment that goes into that, isn't there? I mean, it's just like, I'm going to judge how you love me. I'm going to judge how you show your love to me. I'm going to judge how you are feeling in the moment and what that means to me, and why aren't you showing up the way I need you to show up? Because if you showed up this way, then I would be happy, but damn you for feeling the way you do and showing up the way you are showing up in this moment. Fuck you. Fuck you. I need you to show up this way for me. For me. That's not selfish. That's self-centeredness. That is definitely self-centeredness. And when we put that judgment, we cast it out there and we say, I need you to do this for me so that I feel this way. I'm not giving a rat's rear end about how you're feeling, what's going on in your life, or anything. I'm not going to take responsibility for my happiness. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm giving it all to you. Here's my power. I'm a victim over here. Here's my power, and I want you to show up the way I want you to show up. And if you don't do it that way, then you're a bad person. You're a bad person. You just don't care. You're a bad person. It could be your wife. It could be your husband. It could be your friend. It could be your child. It could be people at work. It doesn't matter. I want you to look like, you might go, where's the rant coming from? Well, it's coming from the 5 people that's been kept me up since 5 a.m. I've been coaching with. But here's the reality. We judge how somebody's showing up, the actions that they're taking, and whether they are right or wrong. In that judgment and in the need that we believe we have for them to make us happy. So not taking ownership, not taking our power for our own happiness, responsibility for our own happiness. What we are actually doing is we're creating resistance, a massive amount of resistance to everything that we want, because we are so focused on the wrongness of what that other being or event, situation is to us. We're so focused on how wrong it is that we create a resistance to getting exactly what we want. Exactly what we want. Because we're just like, no, if you would do it this way, if you only do it this way, if it would only come to me this way, then I could be happy. Then I could feel loved. Then I could feel connection. Then I could be, then. That's resistance. Anytime we put it outside of ourselves, we have instantly put a humongous mountain of resistance into our life to getting exactly what we want, because we're not going internal. What we are doing is we're looking outside of ourselves. What we're doing is completely outside of ourselves. And that's why we feel lost. That's why we feel empty. That's why we feel, just like completely overwhelmed, anxiety ridden by life and by situations. One of the major topics that has come up over this week is this. I've heard numerous people, Facebook and emails and consults that I've done with new potential clients and my old clients, are all bringing it to the table. And the outside of this judgment and need, which creates resistance, is that they feel lost. They don't know who they are. But all of them are proclaiming that they know exactly who they are. I know what I want. I know what I need. I'm strong in that. I'm so lost. So lost. All right. You don't get to be both. Okay? You don't get to be both. The reality is, yes, at your deep, deep core, you know who the fuck you are. And the strain that you're causing on your being is because your soul knows. Like, your soul knows your path. Your soul knows your heart. Your soul knows your power. Your soul knows what you want and what you actually need. There's no question about that. But the problem is that you're covered up with all this garbage, all this falsity, all this illusion. And all of that makes you feel lost. And you're getting caught in the rubble. Okay, you're just completely getting caught in the rubble. It's like you're underneath a building that has imploded and you can't see that you're even underneath the building. You're like, where'd the city go? There's no city here. I was told that there was a city here. There's no city here. There's nothing but pain and weight and heaviness. Well, no, you're underneath it. You're underneath it. You're caught in that rubble. And if you believe that the rubble is what you want, what you don't want, but here's what you got, right? You believe that the rubble is the city, then yeah, it's gonna like shit, right? It's not good. It's weighty, it's heavy, it's painful. There's all of this stuff going on. You've got to actually get out of your own rubble. The way out of the rubble is to stop focusing on how much is on top of you and the weight that you're feeling and how it's not working the way that you're wanting. Because the more you're focusing on how it's working the way you don't want it to work, you're going to get exactly that. You've got to put your eye on the light. You've got to put your eye on the things that are right. You got to put your eye and feeling, heart. So we're getting to the emotion. We've got to focus in on what feels good. Can I find happiness right here? Can I find gratitude in this moment right here? What are my lessons right now in this moment? Like, can I be grateful for the lesson that I'm experiencing right now? Can I find some bit of happiness in this moment of like, damn, like I'm really meeting myself. Like, I'm really meeting these challenges inside myself. I'm really feeling more of myself. I feel life moving through me. Yes, it might be uncomfortable, but damn, I haven't felt for the last 5 years. And now I'm feeling. And I am putting my head down and I am searching inside myself and I am asking myself those difficult questions. I am facing my inner demons. I am recognizing where I have failed in the past and the wrong turns I've made in the past, and I'm making decisions now that are so much better. That's a hell of a lot to be grateful for. Now, if you're not doing that, we can find something else to be grateful for. Everybody has something to be grateful for, but this is the stuff that you need to actually look at. Because if you're looking internally, if you're actually pausing and going, what is it? What is it? You're noticing those little changes that you should have made or that you need to make. And you start to actually do it, you start to lean toward it. That's a hell of a lot to be grateful for. Because your life is where it is because of the decisions that you've been making. Your life is where it is because you've been blind and disembodied from your life experience. You've just been getting the by. You've just been existing. And if you want to thrive, to allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to embody, allow yourself to step in and see your darkness, see where you've fumbled, see the rebel that you've created, and then own it and let go. Own it and let go. Yeah, I see that I did that. And now I'm going to let go. I'm going to let go. And what does let go mean? Let go means I'm not going to get addicted to looking at the rubble. I'm not going to get addicted to looking at my faults, which is part of the rubble. I'm not going to get addicted to looking outside myself for happiness. I'm not going to get addicted to being the victim. I'm not going to get addicted to consistently having expectations that everybody else needs to fall in line for how I want the world to be. No, or how I want my relationship to be, or how I want my happiness to be. That's not for them. It's not for them. I get to make the choice of how I feel right now. Judgment, need, and letting go. Resistance to letting go. It's through our judgment, and it's through our need of the exterior to provide for us the things that we feel will make us happy. So remember, that new car smell, it goes away so quickly. You can't buy a new car every other day of the week just so that you can have that new car feeling and smell. You can't. But you can certainly love the car that you're in. You can take care of it, and you can love it, and you can appreciate it every single moment. And when you can get to that point, you're going to find happiness. When you get to that point, you're not going to have the judgments that you have right now. You're going to stop giving a shit about everybody else and what they're doing and why they're not doing it the way you want them to do it. And, oh, if they could just see what that ails you and troubles you and blah, blah, blah. All that stuff. I swear this week, my clients probably hate me over the last 5 days because I think I've told probably 6 or 7 people to just stop it. I've gotten in their face and just gone, stop it. Because they've just gone down this path of just stop buying into that you need anybody outside of yourself to show you your worth, to show you that you're lovable, to show you that you're capable, to show you that you are desirable, to show you that you're happy. That's surface. So surface. It's fleeting. Being just this very fragile being when you put all of that into the care of others. You're not fragile. You're not. You're strong as fuck. You're worthy as fuck. You're lovable as fuck. You're desirable as fuck. You are powerful. But you gotta let yourself feel it. You gotta give yourself permission to be it. And that means that you start with the concept of, this is my rubble, and I can move it, and here's how I do it. I do it by focusing on the light, not on the rubble. I do it by focusing on the light. I do it by appreciating the work that I have been doing. I do it by appreciating the heart that I do have. I do it by appreciating the fact that I am showing the fuck up every single day. I do it by appreciating that, hey, maybe they're not showing up the way I want them to, but they're showing up, they're still here. I'm doing it by, I know that my path is true, because we don't have to search for the path. We're on the path. That thought of, where's my path, is our resistance to the path. It's our resistance to our happiness. It's our resistance to ourselves. That's that rubble again. You've got to walk a little bit with blind faith. That's why it's called blind faith, right? Because we've got to be able to take those steps and realize that as we take the steps forward, the steps reveal themselves. If you're not willing to take that step, then you're going to stand in that pile of rubble for the rest of your eternity in this physical existence. And in order for you to feel something else, you're going to have to die to actually see the greatness of how beautiful you really are and how beautiful life is. At some point, we're all going to experience how amazing we are, how strong we are, how divine and potent our energy is. The question is, do we do it in this lifetime, or do we transition over to that we don't understand to experience all of it? I pray today that you choose life. You choose this moment right here to step into your power, to go and look at yourself in the mirror and go, damn, I'm worthy. I'm powerful. I'm lovable. And I don't need anybody else on this planet to tell me such. I know that. I'm strong in who I am because I'm making the right choices, because I'm leaning more into me, because I'm feeling more, because I'm courageous enough to embody myself. I'm courageous enough to not hold expectations on the outside world to deliver my happiness to me. I'm not that fragile person who needs the outside world to say boom, 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 so that then I can be like, yeah. And as soon as it doesn't show up from the outside world, I'm a crumbly mess. Be strong because you are strong. Be powerful because you are powerful. Know it, feel it, and make today your day. Yeah. Where are you judging at? Where do you feel needy at? Where are you resisting? Where are you not giving yourself permission to truly be the powerful being that you are? Good questions. And off my soapbox I go. So, announcements. Addison and I, Friday, we're taking off early in the morning, flying off to St. Thomas. We're going to rent a Jeep and we're going to drive over to St. John, actually do some hiking and stuff. I got practitioner training that I'm so excited to be able to do from St. Thomas. Much better, beautiful background than my backyard, that's for sure. So that's happening. Not anything major going on. We're just kind of going to chill. I'm going to take it as a writing weekend to get this book that I notes on that I started a couple of years ago. I'm going to just like get started and get it done this year, because to share, which I'm very, very excited about that. But that's not my announcement. It's not a book announcement, although it's going to be a fucking awesome book. So for all you singles out there, this is the book for you. But more to come on that in just a little bit down the road there. The announcements are, when I get back next week, Max the Ancient Crystal Skull will be in town on that following Friday. We have had an overwhelming amount of response for the shamanic visionary journey Saturday night at my house that I will be doing. I'm going to walk everybody through a beautiful release and vision, and it is going to be absolutely incredible. We tapped out the number of people, and I talked to my friend who I have been co-hosting with for almost a decade now, Max. We have extended that out, so there are more seats available. I'm saying like 4, only so many people that I can hold at home. Unfortunately, going to be a small group event. So we have already maxed out. We reopened it so that I had a few people that were like, hey, I really want to sign up for that, but you're sold out. Yeah, we're sold out. Darn, such a bad spot to be, right? But if you are local to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, or you want to partake and can get your butt here for that Saturday night event, definitely grab the 4 or 5 spots that are available on there right now, because they will not make it through the weekend, in truth, from the way that puppy sold out. So it's very, very exciting. If you want to take a visionary journey, you want to move through, you just would like to experience maybe some of my small group practices and everything like that, it's going to be a beautiful event held here in my home. Now, the private meditations also held here in my home in Plano, Texas. We have private meditation spots at 30-minute increments, and we have a few of these available for Friday, for Saturday, and Sunday morning only, because Max and Joanne have a busy schedule, and they're often out of here by noon, I think, or 1 o'clock on Sunday. But Friday and Saturday, let me tell you, this is stuff that you do not want to let go of, okay? Like, this is a moment. I contribute some of my Max experiences to some of the biggest transformation moments in my life. It has definitely been a very, very potent powerful experience. If you're curious as to who Max the Ancient Crystal Skull is, what the hell is Kendal talking about right now? Is this some voodoo crap or something like that? Go explore Max the Ancient Crystal Skull on Google. Check him out. He has been looked at from, all the lead scientists, historians, and archaeologists around the world. He is one of those just beautiful experiences that we don't really fully understand. Nobody can get a time lock on this skull. Nobody really truly knows where he came from, how he was made. There's just lots and lots of questions around Max. And just for that potential, if you'd like to come and have a really cool experience with something that you don't find every day, definitely click on the link in the comment section to explore for Max and come say hi to me. Come have a bowl of clam chowder, a cup of tea, chit chat with me, get some history from Joanne. Come hang out on one of those days. We would love to have you, because it's not just about meditating with Max. It's also about just the beautiful experience about meeting people, being around an energy, and learning some new things, some insight. So come explore with Crystal and I and Joanne this coming 2 weekends from now here at my home. Link in the comments. Outside of that, Not Your Average Joe will be relaunching as well. And Not Your Average Joe is a powerful, powerful workshop that I do for men. This opportunity with Not Your Average Joe is going to be a global event. I am relaunching it at an early bird discount price. So you want to grab that if you are interested in learning about how to please your woman. You want to learn about female sexuality. You want to learn about tantric skills that you've read about or heard about, but you don't fully get. You've got, erectile dysfunction issues, got premature ejaculation issues. Well, that's all average Joe shit, okay? And us ladies, we don't really enjoy, or we can be very patient, but there's things that you can do to actually work through that, to become a master of your sex, a master of intimacy, and really truly understand things. So click on the link in the comment section to learn more about Not Your Average Joe. You will get everything in the content that you see that's already there, plus an additional live training here on Facebook with me in a private group situation. So make sure that you get this up-leveled version of Not Your Average Joe today. Click on the link, sign up for that. This is available to single men and to coupled men. It does not matter what your status is. This is about you not being an average Joe anymore and actually being a master, and in the bedroom, in life, and with your personal power as well as your sexual power. So click on the link, and I would love to have you in that class. If you have questions, of course, PM me, message me, leave a message in the comments, however you need to connect with me, message me about it. I will answer your questions for you and would love to get you into that class. Let me see. Anything else? I think that's it. I think that's it for right now. Yeah, okay. So what are we going to do today? We're not going to judge. We're not going to look outside ourselves for our needs to get met, especially that need of happiness, which is why we do everything else. We're not going to be that fragile little vase of a person that is expecting the world to support us all these different ways and then crumbling every time somebody doesn't show up the way we want them to show up, right? And we're not going to do that. We're going to find this power inside ourselves. We're going to find this love inside of ourselves. We're going to find this happiness inside of ourselves. And we're going to do what? Not focus on the rubble. We're going to focus on the light. We're going to focus on the light. And by focusing on the light, we're going to start to let go of the resistance by focusing on the rebel all this time. Let go of the resistance to our happiness on what we have right now. Okay? Mission for today is do it, don't do it, doesn't really matter. I live my life that path right there, and that's why I get to do all the things that I get to do. That's why I get to have the relationships that I get to have. That's why I get to experience the things that I get to experience, and why 98% of the time I'm pretty damn fucking pumped up and excited and pretty smooth moving. I don't have the roller coasters in my life because I try my damnedest to focus on the light and put my attention inward and my own happiness instead of expecting the world to bring it to me. So if you want that fuck yes life, here's key component number 1 to getting it. Okay? I love you guys. I will catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. As always, stop existing, start living, know your power, know you are lovable, and find it within first. I love you guys. Catch you tomorrow.